God says, "This is very serious. Jesus is begging for you, only you, because there is something that heaven has been trying to tell you for weeks, but now the time is almost gone." Jesus has been standing in front of the throne, interceding for your name, calling it again and again so that the Father will protect you from what is set to happen on August 4th. There is something in the spiritual realm that has already been released, a wave of events that cannot be stopped in the natural, only diverted by divine intervention. You may think you still have time, but heaven says the clock is already running out. In the unseen realm, the angels have been gathering around your name, but even they are whispering that you must hear this now before it is too late. If you leave this, if you treat it like just another message, you will cry so much, because you will remember that heaven tried to warn you, and you did not open your heart in time. Jesus is not begging because he is powerless, he is begging because of love. He knows what is written in the pages of destiny about the hours approaching August 4th, and he has seen the traps laid for you. He is bending down, reaching for you, speaking your name with tears in his eyes, saying, "Please, do not turn away from this. Please, believe me when I tell you it is urgent." The kind of urgency in his voice is not the urgency of a small problem, it is the urgency of a heart that sees what you cannot yet see. Right now, in the spiritual realm, there is movement around your house, around your workplace, around your relationships. There are conversations happening in the dark, plans being written on papers you have not touched, and your name is being spoken in places you have never been. Jesus knows every word. He hears every whisper, and he has been trying to shield you from it, but you must do your part by opening your eyes before August 4th. Something has been building for months, an invisible thread connecting events, people, and moments you thought were unrelated. In the physical, it may look like coincidence, but in the spirit, it is a pattern, and heaven is shouting for you to see it. There is a person who has been smiling at you, speaking gently, but inside their heart there is a plan to harm you. They have been gathering information, watching your patterns, and waiting for a specific date to move. Heaven says that date is connected to August 4th. You have been under observation without knowing it, and this is why your spirit has felt unsettled lately, why your sleep has been restless, why you have felt moments of sudden heaviness in your heart. That is not random, it is your soul sensing the weight of what is being planned. Archangel Michael has been dispatched more than once to block certain events around you. On 3 occasions in the last month, his sword cut off something that would have reached you earlier. But Michael cannot hold back everything forever. Heaven works with your agreement, and Jesus is begging for you to give that agreement now. He is saying, "Child, if you do not receive this and act upon it, you will walk into something that will break your heart in ways you are not ready for." The kind of crying that will follow if you ignore this is not a quick cry, it will be the deep kind that aches in your chest and lingers for days, because you will realize that you could have avoided it. Right now, in the halls of heaven, there is a scroll with your name written in gold. It was opened this morning, and the angels read aloud the warning assigned to you. On that scroll, there is a description of what is coming, the exact location, the people involved, and the time frame. Heaven never lies. When they say August 4th, they mean it. You cannot delay this for weeks, you cannot push it aside thinking you will revisit it later. The spiritual world is already set in motion, and every delay in your response shortens the distance between you and the event. Your prayers are powerful, but prayers without obedience leave the gate open. Jesus is telling you that you must not only pray, you must be alert, sensitive to His whispers, and willing to make an immediate change. This might mean you have to break contact with someone, cancel a meeting, or even physically remove yourself from a location. It may not make sense right now, but heaven says your understanding will come after your obedience, not before. This is how God works. He gives you instructions to protect you from what He has already seen. In the last 72 hours, there has been an unusual gathering in the spiritual realm. Angels and heavenly beings have been speaking about you, and the Father's eyes have been fixed on your file. Jesus has spoken more than once, "Please, Father, extend the time." And for a short while, the Father agreed. That is why you have had a few more days. But August 4th is the day marked on the enemy's calendar, and unless you respond to this message, the delay will not matter. Heaven will still protect you as much as they can, but there is a level of protection that only comes when you actively step into the warning. Even now, as you read these words, the Spirit of God is moving in your atmosphere. He is stirring your heart, pressing into your mind the seriousness of this moment. You may feel chills, or a heaviness in your chest, or even tears in your eyes. That is not emotion alone, that is spiritual confirmation. Heaven is confirming that this message is not casual, not generic, not for everyone, it is for you. It is written in your heavenly record that on this day, you were told the truth. And one day, you will remember reading this, and you will either thank God you listened, or you will regret deeply that you did not. Jesus wants you to know that the very bad news connected to August 4th is not something you can fix after it happens. It is something you must prevent before it happens. It is easier to stop a storm when it is still far away than when it is already over your head. Right now, the storm is still at a distance, but the winds have started blowing. You have a short window of time to act. This is why Jesus is begging, not because He doubts His power, but because He respects your free will. Heaven will not force you to believe, they will not force you to prepare, but they will give you every possible sign so that you cannot say you were not warned. Jesus says you may not realize how much has been happening behind the curtain of your daily life. Every time you have felt a sudden pause, a strange thought telling you to wait, or an inner voice urging you to change your route, it has been Him trying to nudge you away from danger. But the weight of what is planned for August 4th is heavier than anything in recent months. This is why the message cannot be gentle, it must be sharp enough to pierce through any distraction, loud enough in your spirit to drown out every other noise. There is a person you have trusted more than you should. They have been storing information, watching, collecting details not to help you, but to hand over to someone else. This is not just betrayal, it is intentional harm. They have been given instructions by another person who hides in the shadows, and that shadow is darker than you think. Heaven has been tracking every move they make, and the records are alarming. Archangel Michael has personally positioned warriors near your path because the enemy has been bold enough to step closer. Michael's sword has clashed with unseen forces over your name in the last week more than 5 times, and each time he has cut away something that could have already wounded you. But the attacks are increasing, not decreasing, and this is why heaven's message to you today is different. It is urgent, non-negotiable, and tied to a very short countdown. In your timeline, August 4th is only a date. But in the spiritual realm, it is a gate. Gates open and close in the unseen, and what passes through them changes everything. This particular gate has been under heavy demonic activity. Plans have been set to use that day as an opening to release a chain of events against you. If you think of your life like a river, August 4th is where they are trying to place a massive blockage that will disrupt the flow for months. Jesus has been trying to loosen the stones before they are dropped into the water, but you must step in agreement now. Your tears are not weakness, they are signals to heaven. The times you have cried alone, thinking no one saw, Jesus was there. He saw every tear and collected them. But this time, he is trying to stop you from crying after the fact. He wants your tears now to be tears of surrender and obedience, not tears of regret. The sorrow that would come from ignoring this message would not be quick, it would press into your spirit and weigh on you like a shadow that won't leave. That is why he is speaking to you in this way, to make sure your heart cannot pretend later that it did not know. Heaven says that the bad news marked for August 4th is tied to 3 separate layers. The first is relational, a person in your circle is involved. The second is financial, something about your resources is being watched and targeted. The third is spiritual, a door in your atmosphere has been left open for too long, and the wrong spirits have noticed. These 3 layers together form a chain, and if the first link is pulled, the other 2 will follow. That is why this cannot wait. Breaking one link now will prevent the rest from locking into place. God's Spirit is moving around you now, reminding you of small warnings you've had lately. Maybe a sudden dream you dismissed, maybe a random comment someone made that felt strange, maybe a scripture that came into your mind without reason. These were not random, they were markers on the road, telling you to pay attention. Jesus has been weaving this message into your life piece by piece, but now he is gathering it all together in one final, direct call. If you feel your chest tightening, if you feel your hands restless, that is your spirit responding. On August 4th, there is an appointed meeting that you may not even know is scheduled. It could be physical, or it could be a decision made in a place far from you, but its effects will reach you. The enemy has been trying to disguise this meeting as something harmless, but in heaven's records it is labeled as the turning point. Jesus does not want that turning point to lead you downward, he wants it to lift you higher. But to do that, you must not be in the wrong place at the wrong time. You must not speak to the wrong person at the wrong hour. You must not sign or agree to anything without prayer and discernment in the days before and on that date. There are angels assigned to protect you, but angels also wait for your cooperation. They move faster when you listen to the inner warning. This is why Jesus is saying, "Please, child, open your eyes now." The weight of this warning is so heavy in heaven that even those who have guarded you silently are urging louder than usual. In the last few hours, heaven has doubled the number of angels around you, not because they doubt your faith, but because the enemy's activity has multiplied. You are not being left alone, but you are being told the truth. Your response will decide how much of this reaches you. You might wonder why God doesn't just erase the danger entirely. The truth is, in His love, He gives you a role in your own story. He lets you partner with Him so that your victory is not just given, it is shared. That way, when the danger is gone, you will know that you and heaven stood together, that you listened and obeyed, and that your obedience shut the gate that would have opened on August 4th. In the Spirit, the countdown is already visible. Each hour is a bead on a string, and as each one falls, the string gets shorter. Right now, Jesus is standing at the edge of your path, calling out to you louder than ever. He is saying, if you walk forward without this, you will walk into a snare. The snare is already in place, and its design is perfect for you, not because you deserve it, but because the enemy studied you and made it personal. That is why this warning is personal. Heaven does not send this kind of urgency for everyone, it is only for the one whose name is written on the scroll of this moment. And your name is there. Written clearly. Jesus says the spiritual activity around you right now is like a battlefield at night. The air is heavy, the ground feels tense, and every move matters. Angels are moving quietly but with precision, positioning themselves at points in your life where the enemy might try to strike. Some are near your physical home. Others are stationed in the paths of people you have not yet met but will encounter soon. And there is one standing at the very edge of your tomorrow, holding a shield so large that it blocks what was meant to reach you before the 4th of August. You may have noticed small disruptions lately, appointments rescheduled, plans falling through, unexpected delays. In the natural, these look like inconveniences. But in the spiritual realm, some of these were deliberate divine interruptions. Heaven has been slowing you down to keep you from stepping into certain traps too early. The enemy's plan relies on you being in a specific place, in a specific mindset, at a specific time. Every time heaven disrupts that timing, the plan weakens. But the enemy has been adjusting too, moving the pieces closer to match your new rhythm. That is why the 4th of August is still set. It's the day they believe they can close in on you regardless of the smaller delays. Jesus has been watching every adjustment, and he knows you are close to a breakthrough. This is why the attack is strong now, because the enemy always strikes hardest just before the blessing breaks through. There is something written over your life for this month that is too big to be stopped, so the enemy has chosen instead to try to harm you emotionally, mentally, or financially so you won't be able to receive it in fullness. But Jesus says, if you stand still in me now, if you let my words shield you, nothing they planned will touch you. Heaven is not only warning you, they are preparing you. The Holy Spirit has already begun whispering strategies to you, though you might not have recognized them as divine instructions. That nudge to check something twice, that sudden thought to avoid a certain route, that uneasy feeling when speaking to a particular person, those are not random. They are part of your spiritual defense. Every one of those little instructions is a brick in the wall being built around you. But Jesus says there is one decision that will be presented to you between now and the 4th of August that will be disguised as harmless or even beneficial. If you say yes to it without discernment, it will open a door the enemy has been waiting to walk through. He says, "Child, you will know it by the way it presses you to act fast without peace in your heart. My voice brings urgency but also clarity. The enemy's voice brings pressure without peace. Learn the difference now, because that moment is coming quickly." The bad news assigned to August 4th is not just an event, it is a chain reaction. If the first part happens, the rest will follow quickly, one after another, leaving little time to undo them. This is why heaven is speaking early, even though your mind may think there is still time. In the unseen, time is shorter than it looks in the natural. What feels like days to you feels like minutes in the spiritual countdown. There is also a physical location that heaven wants you to avoid on or near that date. You may think you have no reason to go there, but sometimes the enemy uses other people to draw you into a place you would never choose on your own. This could be under the pretense of helping someone, meeting someone, or receiving something. Jesus says, "Do not go where your spirit does not follow with peace." Peace is your map in this season. If your spirit feels uneasy, it is heaven's way of holding your hand back. Even now, in the courts of heaven, there is an open case with your name on it. Angels have been testifying on your behalf, presenting the truth of your obedience, your faith, and your heart before the Father. The enemy has also been accusing, pointing at your past mistakes, trying to use them as legal grounds to approach you on the 4th of August. But Jesus stands as your advocate, and his blood speaks louder than any accusation. Still, the Father gives weight to the warning sent to you. Your response to this message will be part of heaven's record of your obedience. Jesus says you may feel this message more than you understand it right now. That is because the Spirit always senses what the mind has not yet processed. You may not see all the details yet, but your spirit is already aware that something is moving in the unseen. Trust that awareness. It is one of the greatest gifts God has given you. The angels guarding you have been speaking to one another. They know your routines, your vulnerabilities, your strengths. They have seen where you have overcome before, and they have seen where you tend to hesitate. They are arranging themselves to cover your weaker areas now. But they are also sending a message through this very word: prepare. Listen. Do not delay. There will be a moment, perhaps in the hours before the 4th, where you will feel a sudden heaviness or restlessness. That will be the final signal. When it comes, pause everything and pray immediately. Do not push through it thinking it's nothing. That moment will be your last alert before the window opens for the enemy's plan. Your prayer in that moment will seal the protection completely. You are not being left alone in this. Heaven has already committed resources to you, more than you can see. Archangel Michael himself has been given charge over you for this specific battle. His presence will be strong in the days leading up to the 4th. You may feel it as an unusual boldness, as if fear cannot touch you, or as a sudden sense of being watched over. That is him, standing at your side, sword drawn. And even now, Jesus is whispering, "I am with you always, even to the end of the age." That includes the end of this month, the start of August, and the day the enemy thought he could harm you. You are not abandoned. You are warned because you are loved. And love warns. Love covers. Love does not let harm come without sending word first. This is your word. This is your covering. This is your moment to act. Jesus says that the cries of heaven over your name have not been casual, they have been urgent, filled with the sound of intercession that shakes the very walls of the spiritual realm. Even now, there are angelic voices rising, saying, "Do not let this one fall. Do not let this one walk unprotected into the day of the 4th." These voices are not speaking about a far-off threat, they are speaking about something that has been set into motion already, something that carries weight in both the natural and the spirit. There is a certain person who will play a role in the events connected to that date. They have been appearing harmless, but their hands are not clean in the spiritual sense. They are part of a chain of influence. Someone influenced them, and now they seek to influence you. Jesus has watched them closely. He has seen the words they have spoken behind your back, the conversations they have had with others about you, and the way they have positioned themselves to look trustworthy while hiding their true motives. Heaven has held them back from reaching you too quickly, but the enemy has been persistent in pushing them toward you before the appointed time. If you believe in God, type Amen. carefully now, because this is not like the other moments you've had. This is the one where heaven is leaning close, where Jesus himself is not just watching over you, but pleading for you to hear him. The atmosphere is heavy, not with fear but with urgency. This is not a message for everyone. This is only for you. The words I am about to speak are being carried by the wind of the Spirit directly to your heart. There is no accident here. There is no coincidence. You were meant to see this, meant to pause, meant to feel the pull in your soul that says, don't scroll past, don't turn away, don't delay. Heaven is issuing an alert, and it carries both warning and promise. The 4th of August is marked in the spiritual realm. You may think it's just another day on the calendar, but it isn't. There are alignments, movements, and decisions being made in both heaven and on earth that involve you directly. And Jesus is standing between you and something that was meant to harm you. He is interceding for you. He is speaking your name before the Father right now, and the weight of his plea is beyond anything your human mind can comprehend. It is not because he is powerless. It is because he loves you so deeply that he will not let this moment slip by without you knowing the truth. Something is being decided in the invisible world, something that could shake your life if you are not prepared. This is not to scare you. Fear is not from me. This is to position you. This is to get you ready. This is to protect you. The enemy has been circling, trying to set traps, whispering lies, and using people you least expect to carry out plans against you. But I, your God, will not let it happen. I am giving you this word so that on the 4th of August, when you wake, you will walk with awareness, with prayer, and with the covering of my Spirit so strong that no harm can touch you. Archangel Michael is already in motion. His presence has been dispatched to stand guard over your house, over your steps, over your mind. Even now, as you read this, angels are taking their positions. There is a ring of light forming around you, one that no darkness can penetrate. I see the weapons formed against you, and I declare, they will not prosper. The assignments of the enemy are being cancelled in my name. But I need you to trust me fully now. I need you to believe even when it doesn't make sense. I need you to pray, not just with words, but with your spirit in full surrender. You must understand the depth of this love. Jesus is not standing at a distance hoping you hear him. He is right beside you, his hands reaching for yours, his eyes filled with compassion and fire. He has walked through every moment of your life. He has been there in the times you thought you were alone. He has been there in your laughter, in your tears, in your silence. He has fought battles you never even knew existed, battles that were won before you even felt the danger. And now he is saying, stay close to me. Do not wander now. Do not let this word slip past you. The 4th of August will bring a revelation. Something hidden will come to light. Something that has been kept from you will be exposed. It will shake the ground beneath you if you are not rooted in me. But if you trust me now, if you cling to me, this revelation will not destroy you, it will free you. It will be the key that unlocks the next chapter of your life. The enemy wants to twist it into pain, but I will turn it into purpose. The enemy wants to use it to break you, but I will use it to build you. What the enemy meant for evil, I will turn for good. I see the heaviness in your heart right now. I see the unanswered questions, the nights you've stared into the darkness wondering why things happened the way they did. I see the prayers that seem to go unanswered. But I tell you, not one prayer has been ignored. Not one tear has been wasted. Not one day of your life has been unseen by me. Every moment has been leading to this point. You are stepping into a divine intersection where my power meets your faith. This is where the shift happens. This is where the chains break. This is where you rise from what was meant to bury you. You must guard your spirit now. Be mindful of who you speak to in these days leading to the 4th of August. Not everyone who smiles at you carries good intentions. Not everyone who offers help is sent by me. Discernment is your shield. Prayer is your sword. Do not be swayed by flattery. Do not be deceived by appearances. I will show you who is for you and who is against you. Trust the small warnings in your spirit, they are from me. And in this moment, I ask you to breathe and remember, I am with you. I am in front of you, beside you, behind you. My presence covers you like the air you breathe. Nothing, no plan, no person, no circumstance, can remove you from my hand. I will walk you through the 4th of August and beyond. You will see the victory. You will see the breakthrough. You will see the miracle. But you must hold on now. You must not let go. Jesus is not only speaking to you, he is pleading. His voice in the Spirit is filled with urgency. Child, don't miss this moment. Don't ignore my warning. Don't think this is for someone else. It is for you. Only you. And I will not stop calling until you answer. His love is relentless. His protection is unshakable. His plans for you are still good, even when the path feels unclear. There will come a day soon, and it will be sooner than you think, when you will look back on this message and understand why it came with such weight. You will see what was avoided because you listened. You will see the blessing that came because you obeyed. And you will thank me for not letting you ignore the call. Until then, stay under the shelter of my wings. Speak to me daily. Trust me fully. And know that no matter what news tries to shake you, I am your unshakable foundation. I am God, and I have spoken. This word is sealed in heaven and sent to you now. Hold it. Believe it. Act on it. For I am with you always, even to the end of the age. God says, listen carefully now, because what I am about to say is not an ordinary message. You have not found these words by chance. Heaven has moved everything in alignment so that in this exact moment, you would be reading them. The timing is divine. The urgency is real. The weight of this is not to frighten you, but to awaken you. This is very serious. Jesus is reaching out for you, yes, only you. There are moments in life where heaven bends low and focuses its full attention on one soul, and this is one of those moments. You are not just another name among millions, you are seen, known, and called out by name. Jesus is speaking your name right now. His voice is breaking through every distraction, every thought, every worry, to say, listen. You are in a moment that cannot be ignored. You must understand this. What is about to unfold on the 4th of August is not something that can be taken lightly. There is a very bad news in the earthly sense, but in the heavenly realm, it is also the very place where I will show my greatest power. The enemy thinks he has found a way to break you. He thinks this date will be the day your heart falls apart. But I have stepped into the story. I have placed my angels at every gate, I have assigned my protection to every detail, and I am watching over you with more intensity than you have ever felt. Even now, Archangel Michael has been dispatched to stand guard by your side. His sword of light is drawn, his shield is raised, and his eyes are scanning for every dark force that would dare to approach you. Jesus is not just calling you, he is begging you, because your decision in these next moments will determine how this story unfolds. This is not a message for your neighbor. It is not for your friend. It is not for the crowd. It is for you alone. You are being given a direct lifeline from heaven. You may think you have time, but in the spirit, the clock is already counting down. And if you turn away now, if you ignore this now, you will carry a regret that words cannot erase. I say this not to condemn you, but to make you understand the weight of the love heaven has for you. This is why the angels are urgent. This is why Jesus is leaning in with tears in his eyes, saying, please, do not miss this. You are safe. I have you in my hand. But you must remain in the covering. You must stay close to me. The storms that are approaching are not sent to destroy you, but they will test you. And in this test, you will see the difference between walking alone and walking with me. I am not asking you to be fearless on your own. I am asking you to place your fear in my hands. I am asking you to trust me when the news comes that shakes you. I am asking you to remember that I was already there before the words reached your ears. On the 4th of August, there will be a shaking, but you will not be shaken. There will be a breaking, but you will not be broken. There will be tears, but they will not be the end of your story. Jesus is begging because he knows how quickly the enemy can use fear to make you run. He knows that the enemy will try to use this moment to make you question every promise I have given you. But listen, I am not a man that I should lie. If I told you I would protect you, I meant it. If I told you I would carry you through, I meant it. If I told you I would turn every evil into good, I meant it. I am not just promising to be with you in the easy days, I am promising to be with you in the days that feel like they are crumbling beneath your feet. I am your anchor. I am your strong tower. I am your refuge and strength, your ever-present help in trouble. With fear, it means filling yourself with my presence. It means speaking my word over yourself before you even wake up that morning. It means refusing to let your mind be a playground for fear. On that day, I will send signs that I am near. You will see them if your eyes are open. You will feel them if your heart is tuned to me. You will hear the still, small voice saying, "This way. This step. This choice. Follow it without hesitation. Do not turn to the left or the right. I am guiding you through what others will think is chaos, but for you, it will be the doorway into the next miracle. I am sending people into your path before that day arrives. They will carry encouragement. They will bring unexpected blessings. They will speak words that confirm this message. Pay attention. Nothing will be random in these days leading up to the 4th. Every encounter will carry a piece of the puzzle. Every moment will be a stepping stone. Even the challenges will be part of the preparation. You may feel opposition rise, but it will not overcome you. You may feel resistance, but it is only the enemy trying to distract you from the fact that heaven is building something for you in secret. You must know this: when the bad news comes, it will not define you. It is an announcement in the natural, but it is not the final word in the spirit. I always have the final word. And my word over you is life. My word over you is restoration. My word over you is protection. My word over you is that you are the head and not the tail, above and not beneath, blessed in your coming and blessed in your going. You will rise from that day stronger, more aware of my presence, and more convinced that nothing can separate you from my love. Archangel Michael says you are not to panic. The enemy wants you to react in fear because fear opens the door to his plans. But faith slams that door shut. When you stand in faith, you give heaven full access to intervene. Michael is standing ready to push back every attack, but your trust in me gives him the authority to act. Keep your heart fixed on my promises. Speak them out loud. When you speak my word, you release a power that no darkness can silence. Heaven's armies respond to the sound of faith. Even a whisper of faith can send legions of angels into motion. I am not just saving you from what is coming, I am using it to promote you. This will be the moment where the story turns. This will be the testimony you tell when others feel hopeless. This will be the day you will say, "If God could do it then, I know He can do it again." I am not just protecting your life, I am setting up your destiny. I am aligning you with people you have not met yet, opening doors you didn't know existed, and unlocking blessings you didn't even ask for because I see beyond what you can imagine. So hold on. Do not let go of my hand. When the storm rages, speak to me. When the wind howls, remember that I command the winds and the waves. When the fire burns, remember that I am with you in the flames and they will not consume you. You are mine. Nothing will snatch you out of my hand. No power in hell can change what I have ordained. No earthly news can override the heavenly verdict. The verdict is victory. The verdict is survival. The verdict is restoration. The verdict is that you will come out of this better than you went in. Jesus is still here, still whispering your name. He is still saying, "I am for you, not against you. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are loved with an everlasting love. And when the 4th of August comes, you will see my hand. You will feel my presence. You will know without a shadow of doubt that I am God, and I do not fail." Stay ready. Stay in prayer. Stay in faith. Heaven is with you, and nothing will go wrong because I am holding you. Trust me completely. God says, "Listen now, because heaven is reaching down to you in this exact moment for a reason you do not yet see." This is not random. This is not a coincidence. This is very serious, and Jesus Himself is speaking through this word. His voice is tender but urgent. He is not calling a crowd, He is calling you. Only you. He is standing at the door of your heart, knocking gently yet firmly, because something is approaching that He does not want you to face without His covering. He says, "Child, I am begging you to listen. Do not turn away from this. Do not let this pass by. There is something coming on the 4th of August that will try to shake you, but if you hold on to me, I will carry you through it untouched. If you ignore my call, you will cry so much, but if you lean on me now, you will stand when others fall." You have been through seasons that nearly broke you. You have faced nights where you felt like your prayers were going unanswered. You have seen people you trusted turn away from you. You've walked through moments where you wondered if you were invisible to heaven. But Jesus says to you now, "I was there for all of it. I never left. I counted every tear. I heard every silent prayer. And right now, I am calling you to trust me fully, because I see what is ahead, and I want you to be ready. You may feel weak, but you are stronger than you know, because my Spirit is within you. You may feel like you have little left to give, but I am about to pour into you until you overflow. Archangel Michael is by your side right now, his presence stronger than ever. He stands guard over your home, your mind, and your destiny. He has been fighting battles in the unseen to keep danger from touching you. But now, heaven says this is a moment for you to act in prayer, act in trust, act in surrender.